welcome back to Villnoire. So last time on Villnoire we reconvened at the Palmyra Inn. We talked about a plan to not kill Vorian Van Hart, but another plan that Lucas came up with that may spark the beginning of the end of this human-druid conflict. We don't, as the player, actually know what that plan is, but Lucas and the rest of the party seems to know, and they're all on board. And then we took a bit of a detour. We went to the Maiden's Temple. We found the Maiden of Palmyra, or at least the ghost of her, or her spirit of some kind. But 1,000 years of being locked away in the temple by humans has sparked an increasing hatred of humankind within her, and she wanted to, after borrowing some power from us to be revived, use that power to wipe out all human beings. So we pursued her into the temple and defeated the Maiden. Essentially just kind of like an optional side story super boss kind of thing. But while we were there, we also leveled up every single one of our characters to max level, and we are as prepared as we can be to raid the city of Inchor and see this plan through to completion. So without further ado, we are going to enter the city of Inchor. A bustling military city where druids fear to tread. The city is preparing for its annual festival for the king's birthday. Festival. Maybe, yeah. Very, very few typos, but they are there. Just here and there, one or two. Okay, we've already tried this before. We'll be able to just walk through the gate. If I remember rightly, one of the manhole covers is loose. Without a pass, the only way is through the Inchor aqueduct. Okay. Is it this one? Looks like the entrance to Inchor aqueduct is still usable, which we do. Let's just check. Is this one loose? No, yeah, it's only this one. Let's just stay out of line of sight of the soldiers. Looks like Looks like this entrance to the Inchor aqueduct is still usable, which we do. Let's enter the aqueduct. I accidentally used druid magic and now my family don't want me anymore. I didn't mean to do it. When will they let me come home? I'm hungry and it's cold down here. There are scary beasts in the Inchor aqueduct, but the soldiers in the city are even more scary. There isn't anywhere else for us to go. I don't want to be a druid anymore. Every person who lives in Inchor has a special pass. When they show it to the guards, they let them inside. When I was thrown down here, they took my pass away. I don't know what to do now. Jeez. Okay, well, we're inside. Let's save, and let's make our way through. Okay. Okay, so we can jump across. Let's see what this lever does, if I had to guess. Yeah, lowers the water level. Okay. A mermaid and a wark. Wark? We'll take out the mermaid. Shining Thorn on one of the warks. Let's use Somber Sunder on the mermaid. Nice, okay. Blah. Okay. That was nasty. Bright Slice. Shining Thorn. Just for the fun of it, Willful Embrace. See if we can top up the health that we just lost. There we go. Alright, I don't think we're going to struggle too much with combat, but one of the nice things about this game, let's see what we got. Incense, 2 of them, nice. Is that even at max level, it doesn't feel like the characters are overpowered. You know, you're not going to be able to just steamroll enemies. You do still kind of have to play a bit smart, which, that's nice. Like, these aren't, like, heroes chosen by the gods or anything. They're just humans. And druids, I guess. But, like, they don't have superpowers. They're not, you know, the chosen ones. They're just people. Shockwave. Oh, that does pretty good damage. Yeah, we can keep using that. try a Somber Sunder on the Mermai. Nice. Well, this is not very good. Okay, Shockwave. I like that ability. Attack, and... yeah, just attack. Okay, Second Surge yourself. There we go. And Zach, attack the Rodent. There we go. Okay. Did we... yeah. Do we have Green Potion? Yes, we do. Let's use that on Bryce. There we go. Okay, there's a key up there. I like how this kind of combines different aspects of some dungeons we've already been through. Like this jumping puzzle is similar to Draylen Trail. The keys is similar to Heimhold Ruins. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna combine Bright Slice and Shining Thorn on the Wark to take that out right away, and then we're gonna use Condemnation on the Mermai. There we go, that's better. More consistent way of taking them out without a hit. Let's see, 2, there we go. Let's use Condemnation on this one, and we're good. Okay, so those rodents have like a poisonous bite. We may actually want to prioritize them. Next, Brown Potion. What's a Brown Potion do? Stone, okay. Aqueduct Key. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Heimhold Ruins in that sense. Okay, yeah. Just jump across. Unlock the door, and the key broken lock. Okay. I see a key down there in the water. We might as well jump across now. It doesn't look like there's anything else over here but an enemy and a chest. Tagron. Okay. Here, we'll use Gloom Gash on the Mermai, and then Sleeping Powder. Okay, that didn't quite work on all of them, but we'll Somber Sunder, finish off the Mermai. Youch, okay. We'll just attack this one. Okay, Bryce, condemn the one that's streaming. And attack the Tagron. There we go, got it. I'm probably gonna have to use Second Surge on Zach pretty soon here. Couple brown potions, not bad. Okay, I see a key down there. So let's just get that now. Mermai and Wark. Okay. Let's use Bright Slice on a Wark. And then Shining Thorn on the same one. Good. Condemnation on the Mermai. Okay, hold steady for a second. There we go. Shining Thorn on the Wark. Oh, okay. I wanted to use Second Surge on Zach. I didn't expect him to one-shot that thing. Nice job, Zach. Got the key. I see butterflies. There's no way I can fit into that small space. Amelia, would you mind checking it out? Yeah, okay, we'll send her inside. It's nice that we don't have to have her in the party for that. That's helpful. Key into Lucid Gel. Alright. Amelia, we can't see anything in there. How are you holding up? Come back if it's dangerous. Alright, come back, Amelia. Nice. And yeah, that didn't mess up our party at all. That's nice. Okay, attack the Mermai. Condemn a Tagron. Dark Veil, that's fine. We are gonna have to... yeah, Spirit Ray is good. Yeah, we're gonna have to start looking at using some healing abilities in Second Surge soon, but I think we're okay for right now. Okay, what's down here? Okay, same as before. Attack the mermaid. Condemnation. Good. Flap again. Lovely. Okay. Spirit Raid. There we go. Yeah, that's a good way for Bryce to keep himself topped up, and then I can just prioritize Second Surge on Zach. Okay, so it looks like we need to come back here with the water level raised. So we will do that, but first let's just check over here. Okay. A Night Essence. Is that defense? I believe so. Yeah, okay, so we're going to save that for either Rayson, probably Rayson. He's, I think, got the lowest defense. Okay, so let's raise the water level. We'll go through this archway. Okay, yeah, jump across this way. And lower the water level from this side. Not an overly complex puzzle. It's fairly linear, but I like the aesthetic to it. I like the theming. Okay, Condemnation on a Tigron. Let me get Swing Flap. There it is, yep. Yeah, these things are not terribly challenging. I kind of want to come across a different set of enemies, though, because I think we can probably get enough abilities through to use an overflow that way. Okay, let's send Amelia through here. There's another key. Perfect. Oh, and a sparkle. Murky gel. Okay. Nice. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, here we go. This should work. I'm gonna target the rodent first. Oh, okay, I missed. So you know what? Bryce. Oh, shoot. I couldn't get it off in time. I got a little bit tangled up in the menu there. Okay, we're gonna use... you know what? Lucas, just attack. Zach, Shining Thorn on the Wark. Bryce, use Condemnation on this one. That's the one that hasn't taken damage yet. Good. And now Lucas, Second Surge on Zach. There we go. Now he's doing good. Zach, you can attack. Bryce. Oh, that's not good. Okay, Spirit Raid. Zach, finish it off. Good. And then we'll have to use one of those brown potions on Lucas. Okay, turns out those things can turn us to stone. You know what? Where's my... Where is my sharing incense? I know we crafted them, unless... Is there a glitch with the crafting thing where we didn't actually get sharing incense and just got regular? I hope not. That... Maybe it wasn't sharing incense? We crafted a whole bunch, didn't we? Well, I guess we'll just use an incense on Zach, because we're out of green potions. Huh. Okay, I'll want to look into that. Something doesn't quite seem right there. Okay, let's go to the left first. I see a chest there, so we'll go for that. Okay, we'll use a Bright Slice on a Wark, and then a Shining Thorn on a different Wark, and then Condemnation on the Mermai. And we're just going to hold steady for a quick second here. Bryce, use Spirit Raid on the Wark. And honestly, what I really want is not something I want to stick around for, so we're just going to second surge, attack, attack. I really want to use Bryce's overflow, but the problem with that is that by the time we get an overflow, the battle's almost already won, and a regen ability over time is not going to be that helpful in these particular encounters. A feather jacket, let me guess. Immunity to stone? Yep. And it's better than the rainbow cape. So, okay, feather jacket for you. Zach, you can... Yeah, Zach, you can have the rainbow cape, why not? A little more speed. 50% immunity to stone is nice, but... I have an idea. Okay, let's use Puncture on Atagron. We'll use Shining Thorn on the Warp. And Bryce, Condemnation on the Rodent to Fork and Poisonous. Done. Great. Okay. Ah, you bugger. Okay. Oh, this is not good. Okay, Puncture on this Atagron. And now we have time. Willful Embrace. There we go. Now we should be able to restore some health. Use a brown potion on Zach. Get him back in place. And don't think we need to actually use any more abilities. We're just going to attack. Spirit Raid, why not? Any additional time spent in battle is just going to give us more health back, so Spirit Raid where you can. There you go. Get your SP back and everybody heal up a bit. There we go. That worked out nicely. Vigorous Badge. What's a Vigorous Badge do? Gradually restores tiny amounts of HP in battle. Interesting. That could be useful... Who would make the best use of that? Someone who can't heal already, but as long as we have either Rayson or Bryce, I could see that being useful, but I don't see it being... I don't know why I triggered that lever. We didn't need to. A variable weapon. And we found all the chests, we got some XP. What's a variable weapon? Oh, Lucas can use it. Can be equipped by any party member. Okay. 15 attack, 15 faith. I mean... Bryce could make decent use of it. It's only one less attack for more faith, but his faith damage isn't really the problem. Actually, you know what? If anything, Bryce should be using the warrior badge. But again, condemnation is just so useful that it's not really... I don't think it makes sense to do anything else with Bryce other than just use condemnation. If he's ever going to attack, just use condemnation. Don't bother with physical attack. He's not a melee damage dealer. If anything, his primary attribute that gives him an advantage is his defense. Okay, we'll do a Gloom Gash on the Mermai. Let's use Sleeping Powder. Oh, that might have actually worked. Okay, Somber Sunder on the Mermai. Good. Let's use Puncture on this one. And Zach, attack it. And Bryce, Willful Embrace. And Lucas, attack. And I wonder... Okay, Dream is inflicted. What happens if we defend? We restore health. Ha, this might be a little broken. He's just asleep, and we can just do this until our health restores. That's maybe a little OP. But... Okay, it wore off, so there we go. Okay, we got the full effect of it at least. And yeah, Bryce, I mean, he does do physical damage. He's just nowhere close to what Lucas or Zach can do. Okay, I think let's do a quick party switch. We might as well. And I'll tell you why. Here's my thought. We'll go with Vivian and Rayson. Ooh, actually, you know what? We're gonna do Amelia and Rayson. And the reason why is because Lucas has the Feather Jacket, which grants immunity to stone. Rayson has stone immunity. Just passively. And then Amelia actually is not necessary for this anymore. I was thinking Amelia would be useful to cure stone, but the only person she'd be able to cure it on is herself, which is... Whoa! Hey, hi! Why did that enemy respawn? Okay. But yeah, well, I think what we'll do is we'll use... Vivian and Rayson. These things are completely resistant to magic. That's lovely. Shoot. Okay. This might have been a bad idea. But I suspect we're at the boss. Yeah, that stone immunity is definitely helpful, though. I suspect we're at a boss, which is why I wanted to switch to these three. And if I had to guess... the theme of this dungeon seems to be stone. If I remember rightly, we can enter Inchor from just up ahead. From here on out, we need to be extra careful not to draw any unwanted attention to ourselves. Yeah, if the boss does any sort of stone abilities, I think having Rayson would be a good idea. I concur. Until the festival begins, we must try to keep our heads down. Thanks to my brothers, the general public of Inchor believe me to be dead. I do not wish to cause a commotion. I was always unable to walk the streets of Inchor without a crowd gathering. My brothers were not popular with the general public, however they flocked to me with affection. I'm sorry, Bryce. It must be tough returning to the place you called home and having to hide who you really are. I don't think we've put enough thought into how this plan affects you. I'm grateful for your concern, but do not feel sorry for me. A part of me is relieved. I never want to walk these streets as a Vanhart again. My brothers have ruined the name I once cherished. From this point, I walk Villnoire as a citizen of this world, not as a prince of Inchor. Not as a Vanhart. I am simply Bryce, and that is all I want to be. That is all I can be. Bryce, it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe you can change what it means to be a Vanhart. You can make it represent something good again. Don't let the actions of your family define you. You're standing here because you want to help us change the perception of druids. If there is some way to do the same for you, then I want to help. You're Bryce Vanhart, and that's okay. Yeah, don't look so miserable. You're totally my favorite Vanhart. Granted, the competition is between you, a psychopath, and a murderer, but my point still stands. You're my number one. Goodness, you all seem to have a lot of faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve these kind words. I'm uncertain if I can stand up to my family as much as this plan demands. Vivian is right. You're not alone in that prison cell anymore. Don't forget, we're a team. Together we'll make sure the people of Inchor see you back in your rightful place. Speaking of teamwork, you want some practice standing up to your brothers? There's a beast here almost as ugly as Adre. Let's smash its stupid face in. Medusa. Yep, that sounds like stone to me. Let's see if this thing's resistant to magic or not. Dark Serpent. Ooh, okay. Let's try a Nightmare. Okay, yep, nope. Druid abilities work on this one. That's good. Let's use Arcane Wisdom. Dark Serpent. Youch. Okay. Nightmare. And now let's try Illumination. Take that. Okay, Second Surge on Vivian. Why not? If it really comes down to it, we can have Rayson use an overflow to heal everybody up, which I think is what we're going to end up needing to do. Oh, really? Wow, okay. That was nuts. Arcane Wisdom, that might have been dumb. Bright Slice, why not? Okay, it's dark now. I'm gonna use Mirror Cloak. And, Bright Slice, Racing, use your Total Salvation. There we go, everybody's fully healed. Petrifying Stare. Failure, because I've got that mirror thing. Vivian, you can't really do much, so just attack for now, I guess. Bright Slice. Racing, use Illumination. Nice! Awesome. The beasts in this place are ferocious. How can the people of the city sleep soundly, knowing these monsters lay underneath them? Does Vorian not care for his own people? The soldiers should be patrolling the Inchor aqueduct on a frequent basis. However, it would appear everyone is distracted from their normal duties in preparation for the festival. So the soldiers normally walk past those druid children we saw and they don't do anything to help them? That's horrible. If it wasn't for my father, I would have been one of those children. It is the sad truth of the city. Inchor has many problems. Everyone has knowledge of them, but no one is willing to help. It is not only druids that are frightened of Vorian and Adre. I will make Amalia aware of these children. In the meantime, let's not forget why we are here. Our actions will be able to help more children in the future, even if it is only indirectly. Rayson is right. It's not the time or the place to be worrying about each individual person. Let's hurry up and get out of here before something else comes along. We should head for the inn. If we search the markets of Inchor, we may be able to locate a citizen pass. There are some rather convincing fakes. With a pass, we will seem less suspicious, and the guards should leave us be. Okay. Welcome to the city of Inchor. Doesn't look like we can talk to the merchants behind the stalls. I have lived in Inchor my entire life. As a child, I always liked how the city is surrounded by a huge body of water. There's only one way into the city and only one way out. I used to think it protected us from the outside world. Now I've come to realize the opposite is true. It doesn't keep the world at bay, it keeps us here as prisoners. Bit of a technical marvel, though, to have a city built literally emerging out of the water, though. Kind of reminds me of Venice. I'm finally on city duty for a few days. Inchor is much busier during the festival, so we need an extra few soldiers around. Normally I'm stuck down there in the Inchor aqueduct every day. Most people don't know, but it's pretty dangerous down there. To tell you the truth, it's not the beasts that I hate, it's the smell. Even when I'm above ground, the smell is permanently up my nose. Okay, we got quite a bit of exploring around the city to do, so let's chat with... Let's try to stick to one kind of level of the city at a time, and then we'll go up and down certain stairs if we need to. Okay, let's check this shop. There's a chest, okay. Phoenix Feather. There's a book here called Exile's Journey. Okay. As Inchor soldiers protecting the city, we are not expected to pay for our weapons or armor. Why should we? We risk our lives every day in this fight against the druids. I personally have never been on a mission outside of the city. It's usually just for the more experienced soldiers who reside at Vorian's Manor. Even so, my point still stands. Well, we'll pay for our stuff. Okay, standard attack reduces faith. Very nice. Okay, we'll give the claymore to Lucas. Whiplash, standard attack reduces attack. Very nice. The mighty string is what Zac currently has, I think. Deadly Dart, standard attack reduces faith. Alright. Ancient Scepter. Standard attack reduces defend. Tiny Tomahawk. Standard attack reduces speed. Alright. And standard attack reduces defend. I suspect that is pretty much like the kind of like ultimate weapons for everybody, at least as far as we know up to this point. Druids are deceitful creatures. Just because they may look like humans doesn't mean they're not dangerous. Having a druid village so close to Inchor was always going to be a problem to us. They were practicing dangerous magic and had plans to invade the city at night. At least that's what I've been told. If you ask me, they should have left no survivors at all. Have you been up close to Leyhound Village? It's been left in such a sorry state. It's hard to believe that such a small village of druids posed a threat to a big, powerful city like Inchor. How interesting. You're a human, yet you travel with druids. Never thought I'd see the day. In case you didn't know, druids can sense each other. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. I've been hoarding all of the Inchor passes. I'm giving them out to families with druid children so they can leave the city freely. I have plenty of them. I already gave one to your friend. My friend? Okay. That's some interesting armor you're wearing. It looks very similar to the armor that high-ranking Inchor commanders used to wear. It can't be the same, though. They stopped making it. No one has worn armor like that in years, not since one of the commanders went rogue and escaped the army. I guess Vorian wanted to remove any trace that reminded him of that commander. Is it a good idea to be wearing armor that identifies us as a former Inchor captain? I don't know, I feel like that's probably a bad idea. Okay, let's give Lucas that claymore, Vivian the whiplash. Just want to compare the variable weapon, but I don't think it's going to be better than what anybody really has at this point. Let's go with Zac and Bryce. I just realized we didn't give them their weapons. Deadly Dart, yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's a significant faith boost, but a significant attack drop, and Zac is primarily a melee fighter. Tiny Tomahawk, yeah, no, the Tiny Tomahawk is better. It's kind of a silly name, but alright. As for Amelia, Dancing Slicer. Yeah, no, variable weapon, it's a neat concept, but not much point to it right now. We'll stick with Vivian and Racing for now. Have you heard the recent news? Some of our Inchor soldiers were attacked near the Branco region. Apparently it was a peaceful exploration when all of a sudden they were attacked by druids. I don't know, it seems strange. What exactly were the soldiers doing all the way out there anyway? All that's there is the ruins of Branco from the first time they attacked us. Or so they say. I really don't get why druids hate us humans so much. I've read all the reports and they always attack us first. I'm so glad we have the Inchor army protecting us from them. You know the saying, history is written by the victors. My husband is serving the Inchor army, but he doesn't enjoy it like he used to. He asked to resign, but his request was rejected by Vorian himself. My poor husband is so miserable. He was told that signing up to the Inchor army is a lifetime commitment. If he tries to leave, it would be treason. We don't know what to do. How can they force my husband against his will? Check the item shop. There's a chest. Perfect. Full syrup. I've been using the alchemy store to create all manner of potions. It's so exciting. The materials by themselves are nothing special, but combining them brings out their full potential. Even if you don't actually need the potions for anything, it's best to keep crafting. Afterwards, you can just sell them for a much higher profit than the materials individually. Cheeky, I know. Do you sell anything unique? No, not really. Okay, I want to take a look at something here. I don't have any sparkle gel. Shoot. Okay, I just want to see, though. Yeah, no, it's not going to let me see. I could have sworn that the sparkle gel gave sharing incense. I hope we maybe find some somewhere around Inchor. I think the inn is where we need to go, so we'll save that for last, once we finish exploring. I've been searching all the market stalls to see if I can buy a citizen pass. No luck so far, it's the same story every time. Some man in a hooded cloak has already bought every single one. The genuine passes are almost impossible to come by, so these are just fakes. The soldiers can't even tell the difference. I'm guessing he plans to sell them for double the price they're worth. If any child of mine turned out to be a druid, I would give them up to the authorities. No family should be plagued with an abomination like that. Just the thought makes me shudder. Just the thought of you makes me shudder. I used to know the family that lived here before us. They had a druid child, and when the soldiers found out, they demanded the child be executed. The family refused and stood by their child. Then one day the family vanished overnight. No one saw them leave, and no one has heard from them since either. I don't like to imagine what ill fate has befallen them. Yeah, this has to stop. The boy who used to live here was my friend. One day I found out he was a druid. I told all the soldiers, and now the boy's gone forever. That was a good thing I did, wasn't it? I don't know about that. You look different. Okay. Ta-da! Yes, it's me, Quizzer. I wasn't sure if you would find me disguised as a dress. Have you got a secret fetish you'd like to tell us about? I'm not judging. I like to dress up too sometimes. Not gonna say anything. Not gonna say anything. I know I'm not in my usual makeup and costume. My wife threatened to leave me unless I actually got a real job. Turns out that giving away gifts for free doesn't put food on the table. We can still do one final quiz for old time's sake, though, can't we? Whatever you do, don't tell my wife. She thinks I'm at a job interview right now. Let me know when you're ready for one last game. Alright. Brilliant! This is our final game, so I'll make it one to remember if you win. By the way, the budget is a little low, so there's no magical drum roll anymore. It's a magical drum roll. What does it cost you? Okay. Complete the following sentence. In Exile's Blank, a disgraced knight must face his internal conflicts when the world is in danger. Almost sounds like I'm talking about you. Let's see what he says if we answer wrong. Listen, I know you don't want to say goodbye to me, but by deliberately getting the answer wrong, but that's against the spirit of the game. You're getting it wrong on purpose, right? Yeah, okay. I'll play the game. Journey. Journey. Well done. Journey really is the word I want to use to describe our relationship. I'm going to miss all our little conversations. You know, the ones where you stay completely silent? A wonder badge. And 2 rare bottles. Very nice, thank you. Well, that's it. The end of an era. Thankfully, my glasses are hiding my tears. I'm going to miss posing as an inanimate object for hours on end. Well, I'm off to save my marriage now. Toodles! Hope things work out for that guy. Okay, Wonder Badge, what's that? Gotta be something special. It grants an increase to all parameters? Jeepers. Jeepers! Holy! Wow! Okay. You know who probably needs this the most? Is somebody who needs a boost to both attack and speed. Vivian could actually maybe even use it. A bonus to speed and faith would be nice. Her faith is a little low, her defense is a little low. Rayson has tons of faith. He doesn't need any more. The speed increase would be nice, but he's already got that with the rogue badge. And while the defense bonus would be nice, I think the faith bonus would go better towards Vivian. So maybe Vivian can make use of that? Oh, let's check the armor shop first here. Full tonic. Why are you giving me such a strange look? What's wrong with a woman looking at dresses? Oh, you're a woman. Oh, I get it. You thought I was a man, didn't you? Don't be so sexist. Women can join the Inchor army too. I mean, it's good to see that they have equality in that sense. It's a little bit limited, if you ask me. I could do a little bit better, but that's, you know, all for at least gender equality when it comes to joining the army. Okay, wealthy outfit and imperial uniform. That seems to be the upgrade here. So 50% immunity to flinch. No special attributes, but bonus speed. Okay. Okay, I will keep that in mind. So the armor's there. The one that boosts speed only increases it by 1 point. Be extra careful when the soldiers are around. They may act like they're here to protect us, but in reality they're spying on us. They listen to everything we say and report it back to Vorian. It doesn't take long for someone to vanish once they've spoken out about the Van Hot's family. Actually, just forget what I said. Vorian and Adre are the best rulers we've ever had. Do you think either Adre or Vorian will do a public address? I remember that every festival we used to finish with a speech. The huge crowds all gathered at the Manor courtyard. The atmosphere was so much better back then. I always remember being a child, looking up at the balcony and listening to every word. All we get from them now is total silence. Not a chance. When does the Van Hot family ever bother to include their people in anything? There are so many unanswered questions about recent events, and I fear they will stay unanswered. Why are the ports at Sekhmet closed? Was the recent Druid attack near the old town of Branca true? I assume they hope we will forget about all these issues. I assume they hope we will forget about these issues eventually. I certainly won't. Vorian set up a task force of researchers to learn more about druids. Our hope is that we can fight them more effectively next time. We lost too many soldiers when they last attacked us. Ever since Vorian became the leader of the Inchor army, things have been so different. There are so many more clashes with druids than we ever had before. Why is the army so aggressive now? I wish Bryce Van Hot was in charge of the army. If only he hadn't died so suddenly, everything would be so much better. He was such a peaceful ruler, just like his father was. His father was peaceful? It sounds like the druid persecution's been going on for centuries. You know, I heard a rumor that Bryce Van Hot isn't dead. They say that Vorian and Adre locked him away and faked his death. Could you imagine your own brothers doing such an awful thing? I know it's just a rumor, but it makes me think that maybe not everything we're told is the truth. Maybe their father's death was also part of their doing. Who really knows? Okay, let's check these homes. When I grow up, I want to be an Inchor soldier. Not because I want to fight or hurt people. I want to live in a huge manor. All the best soldiers get to live there for free. I'm so jealous. You don't have much to be jealous of, lady. Little girl. It's nice knowing there are soldiers in the city that protect us, but generally they're not very experienced. The real soldiers are stationed at Vorian's Manor at the top of the city. Those are Vorian's best men, and those are the ones chosen to go on missions outside of Inca. You know the kind I'm talking about, don't you? Druid hunting, if that's what you want to call it. In the past, there have been some rather notorious soldiers taking residence in Vorian's Manor. In particular, I always remember Lucas Steed. I never met him, but I heard many stories. One day he vanished. No trace of him, apparently. Losing one of their best soldiers was a great embarrassment to the Van Hot family. As I recall, it was right after the attack on Leyhan village. My brother scares me sometimes. He keeps telling people I'm a druid, even though I'm not. If anyone is found to be a druid, they disappear. Does that mean I'm going to disappear soon, too? Do you want to hear about a neat trick I learned? If there's someone you don't like, all you have to do is tell the soldiers they're a druid. They'll get taken away and you'll never see them again. It doesn't even matter if it's true or not. Isn't that cool? If my mommy doesn't give me any pocket money, so I'm going to tell people she's a druid, too. You know what, kid? Maybe I'll just tell the soldiers that you're a druid. Ah, sparkly. I thought so. Sparkle gel. Perfect. Okay, we are going to test that. I want to see... Why did we not get sharing incense? Or did we get sharing incense and it just wasn't... I don't know. We're going to find out. We're a group of researchers funded by the Inchor army. Our sole purpose is to study druids, find out their history, their weaknesses, and so on. I find druids to be such thrilling creatures. Humans and druids have lived together on Villnoire since records began, but what about before that? Who existed first, humans or druids? These are questions that this library cannot answer. Did you know that druids have a sixth sense? It's sort of like a mental connection with other druids, which allows them to identify each other. They don't have to speak a single word. It functions almost as a defensive mechanism, so druids can spot their own kind easily. If only humans had this ability, we could rout out druids much more efficiently. Are humans and druids actually two different species, or are we more like ancestors? We treat them as though they are not the same as us, but surely we're related on some level. After all, humans and druids can procreate. Doing so means humans can give birth to druids and vice versa. It's such a complex issue with no clear answer. That's why we must keep researching. You look surprisingly like me. We have a working theory that all beasts exist because of druids. Beasts are unnatural beings, and as we know, druid magic is unnatural. It is as simple as that, we just need to prove it. If a druid is powerful enough, they can compress their magical energy into a solid living being. Essentially, they can will a beast into existence from absolutely nothing. Scary, isn't it? For all we know, they could be building an army of evil beasts as we speak. That is why we need the Inchor army to protect us. We need protection from the beasts and those who create them. We see druids as a threat to our society, but is that really how we should view them? Now that Leyhan village is practically in ruins, there are no known druid habitats left, whereas humans have settlements spring up all over Villnoire with no signs of slowing down. At this rate, it's inevitable that druids will become extinct within the century. I've been researching druid circles for my entire adult life, and they still puzzle me. Some people say the Maiden of Manor created them thousands of years ago, but for what possible purpose? Many of us accept them as part of life, but it is nothing more than a constant reminder of how druids used to think they owned this world. Why else would they be placed in every location? Oops. You know what overflow is, don't you? It's excess magical energy gathering in the atmosphere. It's a natural phenomenon. Once enough gathers, it can be used in a variety of ways. You knew that, right? If you don't use this energy after a short period, it dissipates, right? Wrong. Recent studies have shown this magical energy can form into something else entirely. A living being. Is that how monsters are created? Wizard Essence. What does that one do again? SP. Okay, the Knight Essence, I'm gonna give that to Rayson. He needs more defense. The Wizard Essence... I'm actually gonna give it to Lucas. He doesn't have as much SP as anybody else. Alright, let's check out the pub. Some frosts, 7 out of 9 chests. The Alair troupe will be performing tomorrow on the big stage at the Inchor Market. At the moment, though, they're just here practicing. I feel so privileged to get a sneak peek. You know, I'm looking forward to the festival. At least we have one day in the city where we can unwind. I always feel on edge with those soldiers patrolling the city every day. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like Vorian isn't happy unless someone else is being prosecuted. Every week someone else vanishes. He wants to control us with fear, and sadly, it's working. This is one of my favorite songs by the Alair troupe. All their songs are composed by a man named Clayton Stroop. He's nothing short of a musical genius. I play the flute in the Alair troupe, but I'm taking a rest from performing. The band calls me a gimmick. The gimmick. I don't know what that means, but I think it means I'm their leader. Not quite. Okay. Let's look at that Wonder Badge a little more closely. Okay, this knitted garment has +2 speed, whereas the armor we can get from the shop is +1. We're gonna need to make some changes to the armors in our party. I think what we're gonna do... Amelia has that maiden gown. So we'll do a wealthy outfit for both Vivian and Bryce. We'll do an imperial uniform for Zach and Rayson. And then we'll go with the maiden gown for Amelia and the feather jacket for Lucas. Because, yeah, even the Imperial uniform, +2 defend, but -2 speed, I don't think that's really worth it. Zach, however, you can take the Imperial uniform. It's going to reduce your speed by 1, but you've already got lots. And +3 defend and 50% immunity to flinch. I think that's okay. Yeah. Now, Bryce, you can have the wealthy outfit. That is going to reduce your speed. But +4 defense... Well, here's the thing about that. His defense is insane. He's got 89 defense. You know what? No, keep the knitted garment. You need more speed than you need defense. Yeah. Here's a thought. I will give Lucas the Imperial uniform. He doesn't need +2 speed. He's got 14. So give him the 50% immunity to flinch and the bonus defense. And now Bryce, you can have the feather jacket. That's more defense than the knitted garment. It's not as much as the wealthy outfit, but it does give you that +2 speed, and it gives you immunity to stone. There we go. Bryce can use the feather jacket. And we've got 2 Imperial uniforms there. We have 2 wealthy outfits, and we've got this rainbow cape. 18 defense and 1 speed with immunity to dream. No, 20 defense and 1 speed I think is fine. Yeah, so we don't need the rainbow cape anymore. I don't think we're going to need the knitted garment either. We have the frost, so we're just going to buy this now just so that we can compare it properly. Let's see what everybody else can equip. I'm going to keep that maiden gown on Amelia, so I'm not even going to really bother looking at her stuff. Let's just look at Vivian and Rayson, see what they need. And then once everybody's got the armors they need equipped, then we'll figure out what we want to do with that Wonder Badge. So, less speed, but more defense. Now that would be fine if we give her the Wonder Badge, because that would give her the speed she needs, plus a faith boost. It would give her the defense. Yeah, that might actually be the way to go. We might do the wealthy outfit with the Wonder Badge for her. Now Rayson, on the other hand, I think we're going to give Rayson the wealthy outfit. It's only 1 less defense, but it gives him that bonus speed. And then what we can do, we'll give him the wealthy outfit, because it does give him the bonus speed, which the Imperial uniform does not do, and it's only 1 less defense. But now what we can do, we'll give Vivian the Wonder Badge. She gets the bonus faith, she gets the bonus speed, and then the Knight Badge can go to Rayson. He gets the speed from the wealthy outfit, but he gets a significant defense boost from the Knight Badge, and now he's got the best of both worlds. The only thing he doesn't get is the flinch resistance, but I think he'll be okay without that. And I think that's good. And now, yeah, now you can have that wealthy outfit. There we go. They've both got 10 speed. They've both got decent defense. That Wonder Badge is getting used. Awesome. I think that's how we're going to do this. Yeah. Now, I want to do a quick comparison as well. Let's see everybody's stats here. 12, 11, 10. Yeah, don't think we need to give anybody the Rogue Badge there. Let's check Amelia real quick. 12 speed. Yeah, no, I think that's the way to go. Okay. Stick with Zach and Bryce for now. Okay, I think there's one last part of the city we've yet to explore, and then we'll go to the inn. Can you believe the annual festival is happening tomorrow? I remember the very first one they held. After the king died, it was decided we would hold a festival on his birthday in his memory. I would rather celebrate the life of Bryce over his father, though. Bryce did so much more for the people of the city. I was genuinely upset when his sudden death was announced. As much as I do enjoy the annual festival as a welcome distraction, it doesn't change the uneasy atmosphere of the city. I feel like I'm always being watched by the soldiers. Vorian is so paranoid, anyone accused of being a druid is locked away without even a shred of evidence. I don't want to wake up in a cell one day because someone pointed the finger at me. The Lair Troop are going to be performing on this very stage. They're the best thing about this farce of a festival. No one actually cares about the celebration. Soldiers just want a day off. Huh? What are you saying? Ara fell? Who the hell is Ara, and why should I care if she fell out? Can't you see I'm busy on a date with the real cute boy here? I don't like to date short girls normally, but there's something unique about this one. It's like she just dropped out of the sky, you know? Shame her temper is as short as her height. You're both weird. I have no idea. Okay. Alright. Fine. There's a lot of chatter around this market square, and it's my job to listen out. Can't have people saying derogatory things about the Inchor army or the Van Hart family. Whenever I report back anything disrespectful to Vorian, it always turns out the person who said it was a druid. It's a bit of a coincidence, but at least we can punish them with good reason. Years ago, you used to be able to come to a stall like this and buy fruit from all over Villnoire. Nowadays, all you can get is the local stuff. Selection is not what it used to be. It's happening slowly, but less places are letting Inchor ships dock at their ports. It started with Palmyra, and now the rest of the world is starting to follow suit. We can buy pretty much anything at the Inchor markets, although recently I heard our ships haven't been able to dock at Sekhmet, so some of our trade has been impacted. I wonder why. I cannot talk to those people. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, have we talked to the... Oh, a few days ago I thought I had lost my citizen pass. Thank goodness I found it again. Without it, there's not much you can do in the city. I'm treated worse than a second-class citizen. It's hardly the worst of it. Without a citizen pass, people will assume you're a rebel druid who has snuck into the city. Why would any druid would be stupid enough to come here is beyond me. If you ask me, I'm glad my citizen passes exist. It's proof that you belong here. We don't want strange people causing trouble in our city. Anyone caught without a pass should be thrown out. It's bad enough that we let entertainers into the city during the annual festival. I certainly hope that no one dangerous ever sneaks into Inchor. Did you know that druids are 10 feet tall and have 2 heads? It's true. I've never seen a druid myself, but people do call them monsters. That's what scary monsters look like. According to the Van Hart family, Bryce was the one responsible for all the druid deaths at Leyhan Village. The guilt he felt then caused him to commit suicide, or so they say. The story doesn't sound any more real now than the day it happened. I just don't see Bryce doing any of that. He was a gentle prince and never once sought violence against druids. When the king died, it wasn't clear who was going to take over the Inchor army. Even though Vorian is the oldest brother, the will stated that the army should be inherited by Bryce. In the end, I guess it didn't really matter. Bryce is dead now and Vorian is the leader. There's nothing the people of this city can do to change it. We have to accept the hand we're dealt. If I think about it, the princes of Inchor all fulfilled their role within the family. Adre is the brawn, Vorian is the brain, Bryce, well, he was the most important of all. He was the heart. Sharing incense, 8 of 9 Inchor chests. Did we actually get sharing incense? We did. Okay, we're still missing one, though. Maybe it's at the inn. We'll check there. There are no toy shops in Inchor. It's so unfair. I only have 3 measly stuffed animals, and that isn't enough for a child of my caliber. How can any girl be expected to live in these conditions? It's not exactly brand new, but I have a cuddly rabbit toy if you're interested. I think Amelia is too old for stuffed toys, so you can have it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute! I'm not even going to question why a grown man is walking around with a stuffed toy. I have no real concept of frost, but I'm sure this is just about enough to cover it. Yep, that's nice. I mean, we didn't really need it, but it's nice. And a couple of rare bottles? Great. I took this fast from my mummy's purse. Is that a fair price? I'm sure she won't mind. You can't put a price on happiness. Now it's time for the private tea party with my new fluffy friend. Can I give you this money back? Like, I don't need it. Jesus, you've got a monster of a child. Okay, well, I want to do one thing real quick. I want to test. We have 2 sharing incense and 12 incense. Common bottle and sparkle gel. The result should be a sharing incense. What did that actually give us? Did that give us nothing? I think I know what it gave us. It definitely didn't give us incense of any kind. But I think I know what it gave us. Yep. Right now we have 13 sharing syrups. Oh. Sharing incense is what it says it gives us. We have 14 sharing syrups. That's a glitch. That's a bug in the game. I did not realize that. I don't know how many times I've played this. I've never once seen or picked up on that. Okay, so apparently we have a ton of sharing syrups now, which isn't a bad item, but it's not what I wanted. Well, that's kind of a shame that that's there. But it doesn't really negatively impact my opinion of the game all that much, all things considered. Like, the amount of bugs or errors in this game are very, very minimal. It's a real shame that it's quite literally one of 9 options you can craft, and that is unfortunate. But okay, we'll just use the sparkle gel on a mixture instead then. And you know, we might as well use the rest of these rare bottles on whatever we have here, because rare bottles are very useful. But you know what, since we have all those sharing incenses actually, okay, that's not what I meant to do, but there we go. We're just going to use them all on the lucid gels. And then we'll use the common bottles as well. Might as well. Just use up whatever we have left. Okay, well, we have explored the entire city of Inchor. Everybody is fully geared up and equipped with the best stuff we can get. Everyone's got their badges. Let's go to the inn. Looks like preparations for the festival have already begun. I thought we still had a few days left. I guess our detour in Palmyra village set us back by a few days. Probably not going to go much further. We're probably just going to finish this little setup, and then we're going to save just before we actually enter the manor. I'm afraid I overheard some of the chatter in the city. It would appear that the festival is indeed tomorrow. We have even less time to prepare than I imagined. I feel the nerves right down to my bone. I can hardly believe it. We're really here. It's not how I thought it would be. The people of this city, they don't look angry or hateful. They look scared. I can see it in their eyes. Hold on a second. Something isn't quite right. It's suddenly very quiet and peaceful. It's almost like the relief you get when you finally lose the headache you've had for weeks. Yes, you're right. I have the exact same feeling. There's something missing, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Perhaps it's simply the emotion of finally reaching Inchor. Phew! Hey guys, sorry I've been gone for so long. I'm sure you've been going out of your minds with worry. Never fear, Zach is here. Oh, that's right. Zach wasn't here. No wonder it seemed so nice and quiet. How long have you been gone? We just found out that the festival is tomorrow. What? You guys didn't even realize I was missing? It is seriously cold. I'm the life and soul of this group. Even you, Bryce? You're supposed to be the considerate one. Zach, what on Villnoire were you thinking? You cannot simply walk around Inchor as you please. We are wanted criminals. Do you not understand the solemnity... I don't know how to say that word. Solemnity? Solemnity of this matter? Bloomin' heck, can you not shout out incriminating words, at least while we're in a public area? I'm not the one who looks like the undead Prince of Inchor. Besides, I was out on an important errand. Got an Inchor pass. Check out that beauty. Now we can come and go without going through the Inchor aqueduct again. I know, I'm amazing. You don't have to say it unless you really want to. I hate to appear ungrateful, but how exactly did you come by such an item? When I came here to look for orphan druid children with Amalia, we had great difficulty obtaining one. Don't worry, there aren't any old ladies out of pocket. Before I met you at Heimhold Ruins, I came here to look for Bryce. I still know a few people on the black market. I cashed in a favor. Thank you, Zach. Tomorrow's going to be a huge day for all of us. We need to be ready. We should get a good night of sleep. Let's stay at this inn and keep a low profile until we regroup tomorrow. Let's chat with some people here, see if there's a chest in the inn. Of course I've heard of it. When people in the city go missing, that's where they usually end up. From what I've heard, the prison of Vorian's Manor is full, so they dump people there instead. I'm guessing we're talking about the aqueduct? Do you know about the Inchor aqueduct? There are beasts down there right beneath our feet. How scary is that? We sure are lucky to have so many soldiers in the city looking after us. Well, okay, hold on one sec. It's kind of pointless having an inn in the city. After all, unless you have a citizen pass, you can't actually come into the city. The people that have a citizen pass already live here anyway. Well, Inchor didn't used to have this system. Years ago, this used to be a city that anyone could come to. It was great for tourism. I guess people are just too scared of druids invading now. This inn doesn't get much trade, so it doubles up as a cafe to bring customers in. Please, feel free to take a seat. If you need anything, please don't ask. Yes, you heard that right. Get out of my way! There used to be a chef at Vorian's Manor. He would order the most bizarre food combinations I've ever seen. I realize now he didn't dine on these dishes himself, he fed them to his poor prisoner. There's a chest. There we go. I knew there had to be one more kicking around somewhere. Sharing syrup. Wouldn't it be funny if that was actually sharing incense? No, of course it's not. Oh well. Hopefully we won't need any sharing incense. Any sparklies? No sparklies. How about here? Any sparklies? No sparklies. I don't think. Okay. Alright. No one ever actually stays at this inn. The city doesn't get visitors. I'm not complaining, it means I never have to do any actual work. I haven't cleaned these rooms in years. Good to know that's the case if we're going to be staying there. It would be a good idea to rest until tomorrow. I do not wish to be seen in the city. Do you agree? Yeah, I'm exhausted. Alright, we're going to rest up here. Yep. I'm going to call it pretty soon here. Amelia is out on her own. Oh, and Rayson's out for a walk too. Amelia? Good heavens, the city at night is no place for a young lady. In fact, the city during the day is not much better. You should go back to the inn immediately. I suppose I can't exactly talk, can I? I'm doing the same thing as you. Vivian worries too much about my sleeping habits already, so I won't tell her if you don't. After all, how can any of us be expected to sleep on the eve of such a big event? I have thought of nothing else since I set off on this journey, and now the day is almost upon us. As I say that, I realize that I am only standing here because of you, Amelia. I would still be bedridden in Sekhmet had you not come along when you did. I'm truly grateful for your courage. You left home and all you've ever known just to help a stranger. Amelia, I no longer wish to be a stranger to you. We are family. We've both lost so much, I don't want to lose any more. When you lose a loved one, no one tells you how deep you can sink, how easy it is to go into yourself, and how hard it is to resurface. That's why you need your family, to pull you back. It will take time, Amelia, but one day you'll want to speak again. I've spent far too long ignoring my family and working too hard. Whenever you want to talk, I'm going to be there listening. Aww. When all this is over, let's go to Granville together. Dalbert, Vivian, you and I. We can all be a family once more. There are so many people in my life, and I want you both to meet them all. Brace. And Vivian. So there you are. I've been looking all over for you. With your eyes closed like that, I thought you might have been sleepwalking. I guess you couldn't resist leaving the inn after all. Oh, Vivian. My apologies, I did not see you. The city, as I remember it, does not exist anymore. Only when I close my eyes can I catch a glimpse of the glory days. Even at night, Inchor has changed. I'm not saying it was ever perfect, but it was a place for me to call home. As I stare at these streets, I no longer have a home. So I close my eyes to think of a better time. Foolish, isn't it? I lived in Inchor for the first few years of my life. I must have once called this place home too. But home isn't just a place. It's where you were born. It isn't where you were born or where you grew up. I know that now. Yes, you are quite right. Being with Lucas and the rest of you has felt like home too. I think I had forgotten what it was like to have a real family. I'm truly grateful to be with you all. There's something I've never told you. Back at the Heimholder runs, I saw you. You were beaten badly and lying in your own blood. It was such a horrible sight to see. Lucas begged me to take you with us, but I wouldn't let him. I left you there, at the mercy of your brothers. I should have helped you then. I wish I had. Bryce, I'm so sorry for leaving you. Vivian, do not worry yourself. If anything had happened to you while attempting to rescue me, I would not be able to forgive myself. I am here with you now, and that is all that matters. It's funny, but I always thought Lucas would be the one we needed to save us. But in the end, it's you, Bryce. You're the one who's going to change things for druids. We couldn't do it without you. No, Vivian, it is I that could not do this without you. I would never have dreamed of standing up to my brothers before I met you. I may be scared, but if you are with me, then I know I can do it. Aww. Well, looks like no one has followed my advice and gotten a good night's sleep. I can't say I blame you, my mind is going a mile a minute. A week ago, I never would have thought I'd be here again. Yeah, I should be thinking about tomorrow, but I'm not. I'm thinking about the past. Lucas, I want to ask you a question. I want you to answer it honestly. Back at Braca Base, when we were invaded, did my actions kill Cassie? Vivian isn't here, so you don't have to pretend now. You must have seen what happened, and I need to hear the truth. No, Zach. You didn't kill Cassie. You're not the reason she was there in the first place. It's just like what happened to me at Leyhan Village. It always goes back to Inchor in the end. Always. Come on, you know better than anyone that playing the blame game doesn't help. Besides, this isn't the point you would normally crack a stupid joke and relieve the tension? What's the point in that? I can't have my shield up around you anymore. You see right through it. The others don't understand. I need my shield up with them. Without it, all I am is anger. For what it's worth, I have forgiven you for what happened at Leyhan Village. I've forgiven you for killing my friends and family. I know you didn't have a choice. You put them out of their misery. But I can't forgive Vorian or Adre. I just can't do it. I understand your plan. I understand why we have to do things our way. No matter what happens, it's impossible for me to forgive them. Zach, that's when forgiveness matters the most. What's the point in forgiving the forgivable? It's when it seems impossible we have to try the hardest. Don't let Vorian drag you down. Forgive, not because the person deserves it, but because you deserve to be free. You even said it yourself, you're thinking about the past, not the future. There's so much more to you than anger. I'm pretty sure I saw the pub was still open on the way here. Come on, Zach, it's not like either of us is going to sleep now anyway. The only good thing about Inchor is the beer. We could use one. Okay, we are going to... go to the manor. Everyone, you're all here already? Sorry if I kept you waiting. It's nice to see you all standing here together. There's no one else I'd rather do this with. Ah, Lucas. I can hear the festival is already in full swing outside. With those crowds, many of the soldiers should be distracted. We should be able to sneak through the gate with relative ease. Don't forget, a big part of the plan is to make a ruckus. If there's one talent I have, it's the ability to cause a scene. No one's going to be watching the stage when I'm done. True. It is quite a daring plan we have conceived. I hope our boldness pays off. It will certainly be unexpected, but Vorian will catch on quickly. The element of surprise will not last long. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. By the time Vorian realizes what's going on, it will be too late. We'll do what we can, you just need to show everyone your bravery. Once we get into Vorian's manor, we'll have to split up. It's the only way to get around once the place is in lockdown. Bryce and I will have the most knowledge, so we'll lead the two groups. Let's look after each other in there. This won't be like Branca Base. These are his best soldiers. Make sure you're feeling ready and prepared. Once we're inside, we might not be able to turn back. Okay. Okay, it doesn't look like the dialogue has really changed. It looks like the map has changed a bit. There's balloons and banners and all sorts of fun stuff. Ooh, and a big crowd and a balloon with a face on it. That is a balloon with a face on it. That's a Mickey Mouse balloon with a face on it. What are these balloons made of? I guess we've already established this world has a form of plastic. I'm assuming they can do some more advanced manufacturing of some kind. Perfect, there's no guards. Vorian's Manor is just ahead. We might not be able to turn back easily. Okay, let's go. We are gonna set foot, and then as soon as we get to the next save point, that's when we're gonna call it. But we're gonna enter the manor, and then we're gonna basically do the actual dungeon, or the manor itself, on the last episode, and that'll be the next episode. We're gonna call it here. There's a few more soldiers here than I expected. Looks like a couple of them ran inside. Just keep calm and remember the plan. The first part is the easiest. We just need to get inside. Be careful. There are more behind us. Let's split up and take them out quickly. We must enter the manor before it is locked down. Time is of the essence. Don't forget, we need some of them to escape back into the city. Let's just take down the ones in front of us. Don't use excessive force. We're not here to kill anyone. Vivian and Amelia. Okay. Well, Amelia, how about you use Blinding Light? And Vivian, Shadow Snare on this one. Focus your efforts. Of course he used a small tonic. Stop that. That's not nice. Let's try Blinding Light again. Okay. Let's try Nightmare this time. Nice. Okay, let's use Starshine on this one. Small tonic. Stop it! Shadow Snare. Just gang up on him. Starshine. And one more Shadow Snare. Done. Zach and Bryce. That's a good pairing, actually. Okay, we'll go Shining Thorn on the dark one. Bryce, Condemnation on this one. Ow. And you know what? Just attack. Done. Alright, Lucas, let's use Gloom Gash on the light one. Rayson, Starshine on the dark one. Oh, suck. Okay, Gloomgash again. Racing Starshine on this one. And Gloomgash. Stop healing yourself. There we go. Yeah, we're good. This is an excellent opportunity for you to run away and get some backup, wouldn't you say? You best go back into the city and see what soldiers you can rally forth. Off you go, then. That should have done the trick. Let's hurry and get inside. We need to force Vorian to lock the manor down. That will stop reinforcements from actually coming inside. Let's go, everyone. What a group. Vorian, you're not going to believe this, but it's Lucas and Bryce. They're here. The Branca bastards are still with them. Must have knocked the sense out of them the last time we met. I suspected the commotion outside wasn't just the festival. How absurd for them to come here to my manor. It would appear they did not learn their lesson. I was clearly too merciful at Branca. Still, this does not match the intel gained from placing Cassie with them. Their plan was to covertly infiltrate this manor under the cover of darkness, was it not? Why this new tactic? New tactic? Don't make me laugh. It's more of a death wish than anything. I wish I would happily grant to all of them. If they want violence, then lock this place down and I'll give it to them. If they wish to assassinate me, what possible advantage do they have now? To brazenly come to my manor during the busiest day of the year. How foolish could they be? I agree, we can trap them. You've been far too kind and sentimental on Bryce. He's lived long enough, and so has Lucas. They've walked in here like lambs to the slaughter, so let's give them what they came for. I have shown our brother nothing but kindness by letting him live, and he repays me by joining with our enemy. First Lucas, and now him. Adre, please show our guests your warmest welcome. This seems too arbitrary and careless. I must be missing something. Your true intentions, why can't I see them? Why would you make your presence known to me? I like how Vorian's not just like a evil dummy. He's actually somewhat clever and smart. Like, he actually is thinking things through. Like, he realizes, like, this doesn't seem right. Something's up. What am I missing? Looks like the manor is in lockdown, just as we thought. There's no turning back for us now. The only direction is forward, towards Vorian. The others are waiting for me. I should get going. Okay. So, we're gonna set ourselves up. We're gonna save at the spot. We're gonna save right now, actually. Amelia's smiling softly. She's one tough kid. Don't worry, I'm gonna try my very best not to accidentally beat the living crap out of Vorian. I promise. Maybe just 1 or 2 punches here or there. Come on, let's get going. I know I should be focused right now, but I can't believe we're really standing here. It's thanks to you, Lucas, that we have this chance. Let's all work together for a better future. We're still one team with one goal. Splitting up doesn't change anything. Don't forget that. I will leave the formation of groups in your capable hands, Lucas. Take your time. Think wisely. As you know, once the manor is in lockdown, we must move in 2 groups to advance. This is just like the night I helped you escape. Only this time we are not on our own. Now, how I wish we could all stay as one team, however that is not possible. It makes the most sense that I lead one team and you the other. We have done this once before, we can do this again. Okay. Strange device, it's not currently turned on. It's shut tight, a blue switch will unlock it. Okay. So... Okay, I think I see what's going on here. So, the idea is, yeah, we cannot take Bryce, so we're going to pick the team that we want to go with Lucas, and then everyone else will go with Bryce. So how do we want to separate them? How do we want to do this? I think Amelia should go with Bryce, because she's got both light and dark, and so does Lucas. So I think Bryce, Zach, and Amelia might be a good choice. Yeah, because Bryce has healing abilities, and Rayson... healing abilities in dark. Rayson has healing in light. So it would be good to have Zach and Bryce go together, so Bryce can heal the group, and then we have light, dark, and both. And then we can have Rayson and Vivian, light, dark, with Lucas, that's both, and then we have a healer in both parties. So, that's what we're going to do. Let's go Vivian, Rayson with Lucas, and then we'll go Bryce, Zach, Amelia. Okay, let's save here. Gee, so you put me on a different team? That's fine, I have an awesome idea. Let's see who can beat up the most soldiers, unless you're scared of losing to me, that is. Have you chosen your companions? Once we part ways, it will be a while before we rejoin each other. I'm curious what the others say if we were to... Let's take Zach and Amelia. What happens if we... Don't worry about me, I'm actually really happy to be with Bryce. I promise, I'll make sure nothing bad happens to him. Take care of yourself, Lucas. See you all soon. So the two teams are set, are they? You've made a fine choice. Since we made you leader back at Blanca Base, my faith in you has only grown. We shall meet up with you on the other side. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Vivian and Rayson with Lucas, Zach and Amelia with Bryce, and this is where we're going to call it. So next episode, next time on Villnoire, we're going to finish this whole story. And it looks like how we're going to do this is we're going to be splitting up our party. We're going to be going through the manor in two different kind of party compositions. And I think this is the best setup for us in this current situation. So, we're going to save here, and next time on Villnoire, we are going to see this story through to completion. So, until next time, thanks for tuning in.